we chase truth. Now let's go. Good morning. I'm sorry, y'all. White Sox is already on one. He is already on one. So who knows what's going to happen. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Friday to everybody. For everybody celebrating this Holy Week, I hope you have a blessed one. Oh, thank you, Sherry. This morning, I am should be interesting. You might want to be here for around 8 o'clock. If all things go the way they are expected to go, being here at 8 o'clock is going to be what's important. So, I haven't put the April calendar out. I will be today. And let me just say this. I will never do another chapters when I have talked about 22 different people. It took 4 to 5 hours to get that right. Never again. If I talk about that many people, I'm just posting it. Because it took me triple the time it would normally do. White Sox. See, this is the problem. He likes to pin Kira down to show his dominance, and she doesn't like it. So she starts growling like a dog when he gets near her sometimes. And he got her this morning. So, literally, as I was making coffee. So, he doesn't know how to behave. Oh, thank you, Sherry. So, I have to come over. I have to call him over to leave her alone. Or else who knows what this morning would be like. But now he's being a big baby. Anyway, so before we get started, I know y'all know, but I gotta say it anyway. If you are a member of the team, hit the daily heart me. If you're not, stick around. If you like what you hear, join the team. Gifts are appreciated but not expected. I would do it anyway, regardless. And every time I change a photo of one of the scammers I'm talking about, please double tap the screen until you see the heart. Keep tapping until you see the heart's tail. Fill it and then take a break. I'm not trying to break your fingers. Those of you who have tapping mechanisms, please employ them. Because we have two reasons. One, we know people we're going to talk about don't like it, so they would love to take us down. But more importantly, is so we end up on the For You feed, so new people can be introduced to scammers, so that they can learn the red flags to not get taken advantage of. That's why we do it. I don't really care if the scammer stops or not, because I don't stop until they stop. But it's really about preventing people from being taken advantage of going forward. If somebody already knows who they are, shout out to Dawn Walcott, then empty your bank account. I don't care. I'm trying to prevent new people from being taken advantage of. I'm sorry. Good morning, good morning. Okay, let's show the grid. Oh, wait. I didn't change the date. Hold on. I didn't change the date. Hold on. Okay. Better. Oh, their new ask is absolutely outrageous, Josh and Ida. And I know we haven't talked about them in many, many months, but I thought that their new ask was a joke until I saw the GoFundMe and watched them live and realized it's not a joke. So we have Portia, Veronica. I put Colton Lexus with a question mark because he uses whatever name is convenient at the time. Luna D, or Luna Delight, which I don't think is her real name, but I'll explain why I think that. We got Carla. We have Rachel. Then we have Josh and Ida. Thank you, Jama, Sheena, and Becky. Because Becky tried to play games like she didn't know what she was doing. And we know she knew what she was doing. Now, I might intersperse a couple of other people who didn't make it to the level of grid. Good morning, good morning. Thank you for the heart memes. But this is the main crew. Who do I want to start with? I'm going to start with Becky. And this same orange shirt she wears constantly. It was funny because I went to use a new picture and she still had the orange shirt on. I said, never mind, I won't change anything. So, Becky, who is known for begging occasionally, and she battles for pennies. Jody, listen. She literally battles for pennies. Like, I think it's her escape from her household where she'll be like, I'm battling. And that's supposed to mean to leave her alone. I don't know if her mother is still there or not, but I would love to know when her mother gets time to herself. Because with her 2 kids and her husband, absolutely the worst. She is still staying with her. Grandma needs her own place or needs to go live with somebody else. No problem. You didn't request. Thank you, Mama. So she is going to say to her chat, and mind you, she makes it a specific request to her people in her chat, nobody else. She says, I'm confused about begging. Would I be begging if I told you I needed help with the cable and internet bill, and then my husband will pick it up next month? And if I say that I really want to give my son his sweet 16th birthday, would that be begging? What, Becky? Becky Fortney. Good morning, Sandy. You know good and well that is begging. And in that case, that's the definition of dry begging. Letting people know what you need. You haven't got to the place of how much. But what she was looking for was people to be like, no, that's not begging. You ask for what you want. And I am sure there were plenty of people in there prepared to give her that answer. The question is if they don't throw for you in any meaningful way while you're battling, why in the world do you think they pay your cable bill and for your son's Sweet 16? And see, what we have found is that people with children depend on their chat to take care of their children, which isn't teaching their children any responsibility. If you can't afford the Sweet 16 you want to give him, then give him the one you can afford. And why is it the youngest boy, the oldest boy is an adult, the way that boy speaks to her, he better be glad he gets a cake and one candle. Exactly right. We were thinking the same thing at the same time. Are you serious? You want him who curses you out, tells you not to talk to him, tells you to shut up. You want him to have a good Sweet 16? He better hope his Sweet 16 isn't him locked in his room and his daddy locked outside so he couldn't stop me. And why would the chat reward your son in any way for his behavior? Half of them is in there to make sure that nothing happens to you. Right, AB baby? And, well, he's learned it from his daddy, because his daddy feels like men are in charge no matter what their age is, even if they aren't men. If you are of the male species, you come before women, even his wife. Have y'all seen the I forgot what it's called, the prank videos where the boy will or the daughter will say something smart to the mother in front of the father, and you see the fathers put down whatever, jump out of chairs, and they gotta scream, "It's a prank, it's a prank." I didn't, Susan. Can you send me which account name she's doing that under? See, as women, we wanted to protect Becky from this nonsense. We really did. Thank you, Susan. She doxed you, Jama? Slim Retta? Who's that? Is that Asia? You and your husband did the prank, was across the room so quick. Facts. Oh, I know they do, but she's not allowed to. I bet you if one of those men showed up at her door, David would go run and hide. He about it on a screen. Because if he was all big and bad, he would stand up to his own voice. Yeah, they are doxing. As if that's going to make a difference. The only thing doxing me is going to do is make me go harder. So keep going. We could go tit for tat. I'm still waiting for a cease and desist or my local police to show up. Still waiting. How many of them have threatened me with that? Beautiful Viola. And what did they do? Absolutely nothing? Because she's 18 and allowed to be outside? What did they do? Because they've never done anything, which is sad. Good morning, Granny Annie. Thank you, Unmasked. Right, because this is the thing that Becky doesn't realize. That while they're in the comfort of your home in your county, they can get away with whatever their father allows. But if they take that into the real world, oh, it's no problem, Granny Annie. Don't worry. You don't never have to apologize. If you come, you come. If you don't, it's okay. If you're late, it's okay. She is, Caleb. So if her sons go out into the real world, especially out of that little county that they're in, and try some of that mess, they're going to have to go back home. They're going to have to go back home because the real world isn't going to put up with their nonsense. Not even a little bit. I, I don't even know how she gets pennies. And they are so racist, including her chat, that if somebody is from a foreign country, she'll drop them for no reason at all. It's like one look, and the people in her chat are like, drop him, drop him, drop. For what? She gonna lose anyway. It's ridiculous. It's pointless. Oh yeah, the entire family is racist. And I tried to encourage her to stand up for herself until her son used a racist slur against me and she said nothing. I was like, oh yeah, I'm done with you. Samantha, I don't know if you don't know me, but in my chat, when somebody has a problem with somebody else, they take it to their page. They don't come in my page to talk about it. I don't know who didn't tell you who I am, but I don't put up with it. That is your one and only warning. If you're not here to hear what I'm talking about, scroll on. Because I don't play that here. Period. Y'all can send her on her way. Because if it is her, I've already had this conversation. Guys, tonight the UConn women play. Tomorrow night the UConn men play. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Okay. If you guys hear her children, if you're in there and you hear her using, you hear her children using foul language, racist language, report it. Report it. Nicole, stick around since it's funny. Stick around. The idea that you say that right after I discuss the fact that they're a racist family is beyond me. Do you think a racist family who is racist on TikTok should be able to be racist on TikTok? Huh? Please go sit down somewhere. Go play in the grass that's for you, because this ain't it. People act like throwing in those comments are going to change anything about what I say. It's not. Oh, yes. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about that. The fact that Sheena battles Becky. You know, birds of a feather flock together. And while Sheena would like to say that she's not racist or homophobic or any of the isms, she don't mind battling them. Right. She don't mind giving them advice as if anybody would want to be her. But Becky wants to be her because Becky wants those gifts. Why would you offer advice to somebody so vile? But as we know, the fact that Sheena was prepared to take money from a young girl dancing on TikTok erotically for money means that Sheena doesn't care. Sheena doesn't care where the money comes from. She doesn't care who she battles. Although the other night, she went on this rampage about the fact that people like to battle her because they know that they'll get hate gifts. And in her mind, that isn't fun. You know why that's... Hold on. Sorry. Let's switch to her because she's on the grid. Why is that the only photo giving me a hard time? Sheena's decided that that's not fun anymore. And you want to know why it's not fun for her? Because she can't win. So it's not a good time. So let's talk about Sheena for a minute. I told y'all the other day about Sheena's diamond art setup. She has what looks to be a new chair, and she has the whole backlight set up that almost looks like a computer screen, a huge one. Now, I know people have sent it to her, but she does the diamond art and then sells it. She doesn't even buy it. So if she's doing it for her enjoyment and pleasure, y'all are already funding her to the tune of last week was $1,000, and you're gonna buy her diamond art. Why don't you just go to the store, buy it, and do it for yourself? Of course she gets mad if she doesn't get big gifts. She gets mad if her gift gallery isn't full by Tuesday. So the other night, I took the time to watch her. And somebody had sent her some diamond art. And she went through this whole long thing about how she needs to flatten it out, that she was going to put it under her bed. This is how simple Sheena is. She's going to put it under her bed to flatten it out. Now, okay, cool. That you put it between two mattresses, great. Why did she leave to go put it under her mattress and come back and say, oh, I forgot that under my mattress is slats? First of all, you didn't know that's how your bed was. But second of all, that means that you flatten the other ones out a completely different way. So why did you make a big deal about putting it under your bed when the other ones are just as flat? Somebody make that make sense to me. But she is so busy trying to show off that she doesn't even remember that her bed has slats. What was that for? Was it just to show off the next one you were doing? And then she pulled out a Jesus one. And well, first it was a Mary one, then it was a Jesus one. And she was like, such and such wants this one. And I'm going to mail out this one tomorrow and this one the next day. But when you tried to mail them out before, your credit card declined. Not surprised, but am surprised. Because, boo, what are you doing with all of that money? She has no sheets. What? She probably uses her hand to wash herself too. Absolutely disgusting. Please go get yourself an African net sponge if you are washing yourself with your hand. That is not clean. That is not clean. Really? Now she needs a new bed? Do I have that photo? Hold on. I don't. But somebody sent me her. I know. Somebody sent me the video. I apologize. She has a $41,000 tax bill. 41K. And with all the money she's gotten off of TikTok, she hasn't paid that down any? Huh? We know that's part of the reason why she doesn't want a job. Because the state would attach itself to a job very quickly. Does she not understand that they could attach to her bank account too? Yet she didn't file taxes on her business. And somebody let the state know. And Don's. Correct. It was because of her business. So she was selling, y'all gonna have to remind me because I still never heard of that business until paparazzi. She was selling paparazzi and some other stuff. And she never filed taxes and somebody reported her. And so Jessica, her own sister turned her in. Yo. Yo, that family is wild. Anyway, she got turned in for not filing her taxes. And so there's the tax bill and the interest, right? Or is it the penalty? It's what she owes plus a penalty for $41,000 in total. It's not her house. She rents, baby. That's not her house. She's a renter. Right. The total is 41K. Oh, no problem. No problem. Listen, this is where we come. I learn from you. You guys learn from me. Penalty and interest. Okay. Y'all learn from me. I learn from you guys too. That's why I call it a community. So she's going to keep playing with them by not sending a dime and doing all of this on social media as if they put diesel gas in the oil. Oh, God. Do people think that the feds in the state isn't watching people on TikTok? Especially people that owe them money? Bilal, I'm not sure if you meant to come up. Oh, you are just here to spam. Can somebody get rid of Bilal, please? Exactly. And the fact that she's selling her diamond art, isn't that having a business? You don't have a business license, but you're selling diamond art. You can't use the excuse that people are gifting me when they are paying for your diamond art, Sheena. I wonder when another sister of yours is going to get mad enough to let the state know. Huh? Hey, disturbed one. She lost it. She was getting Medicaid and EBT, and she lost it. But I don't think she first tried to say that we called, and I knew that wasn't true. And I don't think she lost it because of her gifts. I think she lost it because of the big beautiful bill and the changes. The federal changes that required every state to change. She's blaming her daughter. Listen, the child in the house isn't under 14. Well, she's going to keep playing and selling her diamond art on TikTok. And somehow the state is going to find out about it. You're not allowed to sell anything, Sheena. Nothing. Okay, football head. Her son turned 19. And so now, that she lost the insurance, and she probably was getting the insurance the entire time she was working for paparazzi. Because she wasn't, oh, thank you, Sunshine. I've never seen that before. Thank you. Yes, she sells her art. She's not allowed to sell anything. So we'll wait for the family crash out. And so while she was complaining about the battling, right? About specific people, and she was like, when I say no, I mean no. Don't keep asking me. If I say no, I mean no, especially if I say it twice. So she ends up battling a guy, and he blows her out the window. and she has made the assumption that it's her haters. I don't know if it was or not because I was watching her. And that's when she says this isn't even fun. And then she tries to accuse them of only thinking about money. Sheena, how can you fix your face to say that anybody else cares about money more than you do? You wake up on money. You take a nap on money. You go to bed on money or don't go to bed because of money. I don't understand. She claims that people are sending her messages saying that her people don't throw gifts for her anymore. Prove it. Prove it. Post the messages. But this is the part that pissed me off. So one of her faithful people named Blackfoot mentioned that her husband had passed away 4 years ago on March 31st. That was the day we were live. And people are giving her condolence, telling her how sorry they are. Sheena, of course, wasn't paying attention. But not only was she not paying attention when the post got made, she didn't pay attention to people giving her condolence. Thank you, Granny Annie. Because she can't stick to a schedule, even though she sticks to a schedule of begging. That's why she can't work. We're in there, and people are telling her they're sorry for her loss. And when Sheena looks back at the screen, she doesn't see that people are offering condolences. No, let me change that. She ignores that people are offering condolences and starts talking about people filling her gift gallery because she's bored now. Yep, $1,000 on Wednesday. But you can't put $250 aside and pay your tax bill? Simply Sammy, I'm not sure if you want to come up or not. If you do, put a box in the chat. Then she says, we were doing good earlier, but now we're not getting gifts. Who is the we? You and your husband? Okay. Who is the we? Because we on the other side of the screen aren't getting diddly squat. So who is the we? Good morning, Simply.
Good morning. I'll be real quick. So I unfortunately live in the state that they're from, unfortunately. But so the EBT and like main care program and all that, they just started a new program where if you apply for either of those, or even if you had them before the program, they now have this new program where you have to be in this. Sorry, I'm saying program so much, but you have to be in this program where they help you find a job, or you have to be applying for a job consistently. And so if you're not, they'll kick you off of it, or you're not allowed to be like apply for it at all. You have to, the only way that you can get EBT or main care and not have a job is if you're disabled or you're over the ages of 65.
Yes, that came from the rule from the big beautiful bill. That's how it is around the country. So
Yeah.
Maine has done it, but it's about the bill that got passed that changed the regulations.
Yeah, so they've like buckled down like really hard. And then like the other thing I wonder too is that like the 41K, is that federal or is that like state and everything? Because if you get caught like having EBT and making money, they make you pay it all back.
I believe it's the state. She is supposed to pay it all back, but she says she's not working.
Yeah. So I was curious if it was because if that's how they do it, like, I don't know everywhere else, but in Maine, if you have EBT or Maine Care or any of that stuff, and you have a job.
And that Maine Care thing you just said, there is an added thing that you did leave out, because if you do not work, you have to be volunteering somewhere for 20 hours or more.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yeah, you have to be either volunteering or actively having a job.
Hold on, y'all can talk at the same time. Go finish.
You can
volunteer.
Finish. You can volunteer for 20 hours somewhere as well and still get the benefits in Maine still.
Correct.
You'd have to prove that you are volunteering somewhere.
Correct. That's across the country.
I'm
it's
Jessica.
Not just Maine.
I'm the sister. And the numbers you guys are giving ain't even the numbers that's right. She owes Maine state taxes to the state of Maine. It's up $65,000 now, to be honest. You guys are throwing numbers that you don't even know. I'm just going to say it. Oh, it's her sister.
That's fine, because that's what it was at one time, and we know.
You guys even talk. You talk about receipts. I have like your whole panel of people that will hate on me with no receipts. Right? There's like so many in here. So you're all about receipts. I love this supporter. DD, I've never had disrespect with you. I've let you up in my panel and everything when you had your opinions on some other topics. So people saying I'm interrupting. No, I am not. This is my older blood sister that's up on the screen. So I'm not interrupting anything. I am related. How many in here can say that? Not saying I'm proud, but I know more than most of what you all are keep repeatedly speaking on.
Did you come up here to tell us what's real? Because you can have that platform. You can have that moment.
I want to know what makes you think what do you want to know that's real? What are you not understanding about her? What is conflicting you to keep bringing up the same person, the same allegations, the same? So what questions do you have, Dee?
Okay, so I told Sheena, you might not have been around, but I told Sheena after she had that little girl shaking her ass and getting her money and being in her panel that I wasn't staying off her neck till she took a break. So hold on, I'm not finished. Ooh. So I'm going to talk about her until she takes a break. That's A. B, when she is in her chat mad at them because they're not selling like they were earlier in the day, I'm going to continue to bring attention to her. You know why? Because old people leave and new people come. And my goal is to prevent anybody new from giving her money. And that's what she does. She looks for new people. And so for you to say, why do we keep bringing her up? Because new people keep entering her chat and then they fall under whatever spell there is. They feel intimidated. They feel whatever they feel and they start sending. When somebody in her chat is talking about the death of their husband and other people are offering condolences, and then she says, where's my gift gallery? I have a problem with that because she is soulless, as somebody said. When she knows she owes a tax bill, regardless of the amount, she isn't paying it. And then demanding gifts from people, and now she's selling her diamond art, which she shouldn't be selling anything. Nothing. And you wonder why people are talking about her? I don't understand why you're mad that people are talking about her, because I'd be embarrassed if she was my sister.
I'm not mad. I'm more upset about the fact that everyone wants to talk so educated about her when literally it's the same thing. It's been other platforms. It's been going on and on. You're not the first one, the last one, probably going to be the last one to try to spread the awareness.
Wait a minute. Do you think I'm new to your sister? Do you think I'm new to your sister? I've been talking about her for over a year. What do you mean?
3 years ago, the town she lives in was having meetings about her.
That has nothing to do with me. But what does that have to do with me?
But wouldn't that be more? There was information that was awareness that I had brought up about that there was actual people involved that weren't just social media stuff that you were upset about. So there's actual people in the town that want her to stop what she's doing too, because it's bigger than social media. That's what I'm getting at. So if you guys are for the people and for it, nobody ever was for listening on how involved she is with people too. People don't want her around. That's why she got kicked out of the post office, because of frauding the post office, doing all that. But nobody wanted to listen to me. Everyone wants to listen to the big performers, as it looks. And it ain't about me, because I can have the receipts and you guys are about the receipts, and you say kid. What kid was shaking their ass? Wasn't she 22?
No, and I don't mean kid as in underage. I mean kid in she isn't old. She is old enough to do what she's doing, but young and dumb enough to not realize the reputation she was creating for herself. And this is my problem. Sheena wouldn't allow any of her daughters to do it. She don't even demand gifts from her daughters, but she's gonna take money from somebody else's young daughter. Like, be for real.
She didn't demand money from her daughters.
Okay.
So you haven't been around long enough, Dee Dee, because she was manipulating her children to gift her for a while. She was getting her daughters up in sports bras on paparazzi. She was doing all of that with her own kids.
But Jessica, how am I supposed to know Sheena's entire history? Because while that makes her even worse, the fact that she's doing it now with somebody else's daughter doesn't have anything to do with what she used to do. It makes her worse, not better.
I didn't say it made but what is it? So you guys log it so you can just spread whatever you want and then come back with, okay, I didn't know that about her, but that doesn't matter. It's irrelevant now. But you just brought up that she was doing it to somebody else and that you said she never's done it with her kids. And I came back with, yes, she has.
Right. But you say that as if that's supposed to condemn what I'm saying.
My information is a void. I get it.
Might I be able to say something real quick?
Sure, Simply.
Where's your receipts that I'm a scammer or a beggar? That's what I want to get at. You all keep saying it about me. I got people DMing me for DD saying they wanted my whole story about Stabby Daddy.
Who? What?
Because Stabby Daddy's the same type of person.
Hold on, Simply. Go ahead.
I'm just gonna... I'm confused on Jess's whole point because she came up here and she's like, you guys have the wrong facts. It's actually worse than the facts that you have. So, like, and then the other thing is like, you're talking about, you know, well, the town is already, like, you're just justifying the fact that she's even worse than what people already know.
Justifying,
and you're saying, that like the town,
the education behind what you're.
Please let me finish. Please let me finish. I didn't interrupt you. So the other thing is too is that you're saying like, oh, the town. Don't you want the town, like the town and the people and all this stuff? Like, yeah, that's the whole point of bringing awareness to people that continue to do terrible things. Is that it exposes and continues to spread it even further and stop people from doing that. So I'm sure that. Can I please finish? Can I please finish? So bringing awareness and having her stop doing and having people stop supporting her on social media is actually benefiting the town by helping them stop her from continuing to do the things that she's doing. And to be fair, look, I'm going to be real honest with you. The state of Maine, literally have lived here my whole life. The state of Maine struggles and has such bad, like, has homeless veterans and things like that because of people like your whole family that scam and abuse the system.
I help them.
Yes, scam and abuse the system and refuse to work or do anything. And that's the reason why we have people that literally fought for our country in Maine that are sleeping in tents because you guys continue to scam the system. And Jess, you do the same thing, Jess.
No, I don't. Where's your receipts that I scam like Sheena?
Jess, I'm not a 13-year-old. I don't need to bring receipts to know that you could be working. Your sister could be working. All of you could be working
anymore, Jessica.
What? I've been disabled for years.
But you had a
Bully me more
job.
for it. Bully me. I haven't had a job. I haven't been a BHP for 9 years since maternity leave. Because I took
Oh,
care of my
I'm
mental health.
sorry. I'm thinking about your twin.
Yeah, that's the problem here. I'm under the wrong category. I chose my children and fixing my mental health over a job. I don't manipulate the state. I don't lie to the state. I report everything of my earnings. I don't scam. I don't lie. I don't deceive. What
Okay,
makes me
so here's
upset is
my thing.
other people take their opinions and they run with them.
Okay,
Just
wait a
like
minute.
you're
Okay,
doing
here's
on
my
Excuse me. Hold on one second, Simply. See, this is the thing. I have a rapport with your other sister. And so therefore her and I have had multiple conversations. And that's why I was giving you the opportunity to say what it is that you want to say. But now that I know that it's you, how dare you come to my platform and act like you get to
Do
tell
you not
me
remember
what to
coming
do?
to my platform? Do you not remember I let you come up in my platform with Big Heart in the Aaron thing and let you have your whole opinion on my live one day? I let you come up
Yes.
and talk to them all respectfully. I let you do anything you wanted to.
No,
So do you remember me now?
because I'm respectful.
But
I'm
you were
respectful.
giving your humble opinion to them too, and I didn't even know what was going on, and I let you. So now you're gonna come at me?
Because
I
was
only
I
joined because
hold on. Was I disrespectful to you in
and I
any way?
You were actually, you had a tone to a lot of different people, but everybody said that you were real, so they told me to let you just talk to everybody. The comments were
Okay.
saying who you were, saying that that's how you were, because you were talking to Aaron and then you were talking to Cheesehead about their situation to do with a dog.
Correct. And I would
Yes.
have done it
So
to
I let you
anybody.
go. I stay muted as the host and everything. So actually, the
You
reason I
didn't.
joined you is a week ago, D. Horrendez messaged me. So the reason I actually joined your panel this morning was because I got a message a week ago by D. Horrendez asking me for information on a stabby daddy situation because of something to do with you.
Can I just finish like
So,
really quick? I
Go
have to get off.
ahead.
I have to bring my kiddo to school and stuff. I just want to reiterate that scamming is not just begging people for money or sitting on social media or doing all these things. Scamming is also having a disability but still being able to work for 15 to 20 hours a week and still get disability and choose to just not do that and not have no motivation. And you know what? I can understand the whole mental health and having kids and stuff and addiction and all that. I've been there, done that, had to get through it. But you know what? I spread my legs. I had a baby and I had to wake up every morning and I had to do the best that I could do for my child. I still have my child. I would never get rid of my child. And I had to show up, do what I had to do for my child, continue to work. And that's things that you and your whole family have to do. And you guys choose to not. You guys choose to leak off the system. You choose to let veterans be homeless in Maine instead of have them give homes and things because you simply just want to say, well, I need a break because of my mental health. I'm sorry, but mental health is not an excuse to be mental health is not an excuse to be lazy and not provide for your family. I'm sorry.
Mental health is not to be stigmatized the way that you're doing when you don't know somebody's full story.
Jessica.
So thank you. Thank you.
Do you know my full story? No, you don't know my full story, but you know I have mental health and I still showed up for my child.
Your life? Am I literally saying because you work you're entitled better than others that don't?
Okay, but what makes you okay, so entitlement then what makes you more entitled to sit at home than a veteran on the side of the street? What makes you more entitled? Explain that to me.
Why are you upset that I suffer and take less to do what I have to do for my babies? Why does that bother you that I get a less amount of check?
When your babies aren't babies, what are you gonna do?
That's where I would take my career, like I've talked on my journey, my story, where I'll be the case manager one day. Right now, my children need me in my season.
Stop sitting on social media and talking about what you're going to doing and trying to get clout and views and start doing what you're going to do.
I know, but
start doing it. Action. Action is more important than words. Show up for it. Show up for your babies. Do it. Don't talk about it.
Either way.
Guys,
okay. I don't need to work when my sister-in-law is terminal right now and I got better things to worry about than a job. I'm there for
you think
you don't know me. You don't know me. You don't know me.
With cancer?
You don't know me. You guys are just bullies. It's final.
Okay. Jessica. Well, thank you, because I was pushing the button to let you go. How you gonna come in here and say somebody sent you a message about something about Stabby Daddy? You didn't come here on that. You didn't come in here to talk to me about what somebody else said it did. You came up here talking about how we don't have the facts. Why do I need to know that it's now $61,000 to know that she's trash? She spends more time up here talking about herself and what she needs than actually doing something about the sister that she knows is trash. Oh, it's my older sister. What difference does it make?
It just shows like the intelligence and lack of awareness, because she came up here and she literally was like, you guys are talking about my sister about these facts you don't know, when the facts are actually worse than you know. And it was just like, okay, so thank you for telling us that literally your sister's doing even more damage than what we thought. Like, and then she to say, well, the town is, and you know, and she really wanted it just about Jessica per usual, because she was literally like, you know, I've spent years knowing about, like, yeah, you're her sister, obviously you know about it. Like,
she acts like we're supposed to know her sister from birth when you're her sister. For you to come up here and say we don't have facts because it's really 65,000, wasn't 41 bad enough? Yeah, she wanted to talk about her. Hold on, I'm sorry. I know people were asking for the box.
literally, Erica, not all of us in Maine are like this, I promise, guys.
Hey, football head.
But I'm gonna drop. Thank you, Dee Dee.
Thank you. Oh, you didn't?
Well, they
Okay.
couldn't
Thank
defend
you
you because
simply
she's
for
something
coming
else.
up. No problem. This me. Did you mean to request?
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no problem, honey. No problem. Okay, wait. I have two more people requesting. I have a Diane Cruz, A Life is Short, and Love Wins Forever. Does anybody actually want the box? They make me think there's this family called the Whites from West Virginia. There's a documentary done about them. And literally one of the sisters was like, our dad taught us how to get by. And there was a sheriff or somebody who was like, yeah, they taught their kids how to live off the system so they never have to work. It's the Wild and Wonderful Whites of West Virginia, I think, or it's the Wonderful and Wild Whites of West, it's something like that. Oh, they are all the same. No, not the Whitakers. The Whitakers are inbred. The Wilds of White Virginia is something else. That was crazy. You saw it? Yo, that's one of the craziest documentaries I've ever seen in my life.
I just wanted to say, if I had more power, I would have muted her the whole time. Because she's terrible. Every time she gets on a platform, she makes it about her. 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 I should have warned you about that. It's about Jessica. Jessica this, Jessica that. And she thinks she knows everything. And I'm sorry you had to go through that. And she took time out of your platform, and that's bad. So,
I'm
but
sorry.
she won't be coming in here no more. Facts. She won't be coming in here no more. I wish I had bigger power. She would have been muted the whole time. All right, that's what. Thank you for the gifts. You don't have to do that. But thank you. And do you know that she's charging his daughter? She's charging her money to give her diamond art, and his daughter only has so many months to live.
What? Who?
His daughter. His daughter
Don's
is
daughter?
no. It's a screen name. The person that goes in the chat is called his daughter. Well, she's terminally ill, and she only has a couple The way I heard it, she only has a couple of months to live. I'm sorry, to
What?
live. Okay, and she's charging her for diamond art.
Wow.
Because I
Hold
remember,
on,
I think I
football
seen
head.
yes.
Hold on.
Yeah, let football up because she knows more than.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I will. Diane Cruz, did you want a
Good
box?
morning.
Good
Are you able to
morning.
hear me? Well, I
Yes,
want to say I'm not here to bash anyone, but it is a sad system all the way around. I have always worked, but unfortunately, I had to stop working due to two-stage 4 cancer. The
I'm
system
sorry.
do not. No, don't apologize. God is good. But what I have a problem with is the system is very aware of people who are able bodies, even if they're getting a Social Security SSI check, be claiming mental illness. Well, if they have mental illness, put them in some kind of program to help address whatever it is that they feel that they are not capable of being functional because they have something going on. They let them sit at home and get the SSI check, and they don't have to go to no kind of counseling. They don't have to take meds where they're being monitored. It's just a free way. It's a free ride. But then when someone just balanced in a stage disease like myself, you go to get help to get your lights paid because you're paying for your chemo treatments and things like that. There's no help there because they let people who are able-bodied drain the system and they don't hold
100%.
them accountable. And that's why I have a problem with. I have a problem with all the begging that goes on TikTok. People would rather pay for same-sex couples, and I'm not bashing gay because I have a gay son, but what I am saying is you able to pay for people like them to shack up in hotel rooms, do whatever they need to do, get high, do whatever. But then there's people that you walk by on the street that really need the help, and you refuse to help them because you say they can do better. Well, what about the people who are coming on TikTok that can do better? But they choose to take the easy way out and get handouts. But we want to criticize people who are truly in a situation where they can't do better. The
Right.
whole system need to be changed. And I think they need to do away with food stamps. There's elderly people who can't even buy their medicine for buying food. Let's redo the programs if we're going to offer them. Don't just make it an easy way for people to live free.
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
when we're saying that we should pay for wars over daycare and Medicare,
no,
we know
I don't
where
agree
we're
with that
going.
either. I don't real. In fact, the U.S. I feel like has gotten itself in a lot of situations that they could have avoided. I'm not really into the politics things. For one, I believe God controls everything, and then
Absolutely.
and we just have to continue to pray that we as people can do better. We don't look for leaders to put us in a better situation. Everything starts at home. That's the one thing that my mother, she's gone now, but that's the one thing that she told all 5 of her children, that everything starts in this house. It don't start at the schoolhouse. It don't start in the sheriff department or jails. Everything started at home. Whatever you
But
allow your children to do at home is what they're going to do triple the time outside of your house.
correct. And see, Diane, we were raised under a different understanding. And the reason why people come after the three of those sisters is because they are literally, they could be identical. They could be triplets when it comes to expecting other people to take care of them while they go through what they need to go through, while they look down on other people.
Well, it's a mind crippling disease.
It
When you
is.
feel that you are entitled, it's entitlement is the problem. And someone said in your chat that it was y'all was quoting something about it's a learned behavior. It's like the parents taught them to
Mm-hmm.
manipulate. And
Mm-hmm.
that is true. Again, it goes back to everything starting at home. Whatever you see your parents do, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna follow that pattern.
Right.
And that's the one thing about me. I'm not perfect, but I did teach my children to be better than me. Have I had to be on Section 8 and food stamps and things like that? Of course I did. But I went and got a license to do hair. My problem right now that I'm facing is, and I was on my own fault, I failed to pay into the Medicaid system to get Medicare. I'm on disability and having to take Medicaid because I did not pay enough to get Medicare. But so that put me in a bad position. Like now, I'm paying $800 a month for chemo pills for breast cancer. But my
Wow.
stage 4 colon cancer, Medicaid do pay at City of Hope. They do pay for me to get my chemo through my port 54 hours a week. So I'm not saying that I'm better or I deserve more than someone else. But what I am saying, you reap what you sow. Whatever you put out there, you get back. I'm a good person. I know I'm a good person. I do all the well, before I got really sick, I was doing all the elderly food box a month. But now I can't do anything. But when I say I can't get money to pay for my chemo, I'm not faulting anyone but myself. If I had not thought I was so slick that I could keep my money that I was making from hair and not report it to the state, and now I'm having to eat that. I'm having to chew that because if I had did it the right way, I wouldn't be wearing. I wouldn't be wearing right now. I would have Medicaid and Medicare to pay for my chemo stuff. But unfortunately, I am reaping what I sowed over 20 years ago. So
Yep.
the thing is, it's no such thing as getting by. You get away as long as the system allow you to get away until they build a case against you. Eventually, they're gonna come for you, and if they don't, you're gonna find yourself in a situation like me where you fighting 2 stage 4 cancer and can't get help to pay for all of your meds. So the choice is, we all have a choice. When we wake up in the morning, we have a choice to do right or do wrong. And whatever choice you choose today, it may be the price that you have to pay tomorrow. So people going to have to be careful about how they put that energy out there because it's coming back. Good or bad, it's going to come back. But I've been
Absolutely.
watching you and I respect you, but I feel like TikTok is very aware of the scamming that's going on in this system, and they benefiting from it. But
Correct.
I'm not even going to worry about who's benefit. People need to take accountability. What about your children? What about your grandchildren and the future children? You are setting the stage for failure when you do not put a good example before them. You can't teach a child something that you don't know yourself. And if you don't know it, learn it. Because you always should be in the mindset of, I want my children to be so much better than me. I'm not saying nobody can raise kids to be perfect because there's no such thing. We're not perfect people, but we know right from wrong. And believe me, when you don't teach your kids right from wrong, you're just creating a line of children that's going to be failures because you set the stage for it.
You are correct. Well, first of all, thank you for the sermon this morning because
I'm
we
sorry.
needed that. No, we needed that. We needed to remember because sometimes I get so caught up with them that I forget about the realities of why we're here. Maggie, I know you're not in here after the way you treated me yesterday. I know you're not. Thank y'all for sharing with her. I appreciate it. And Diane, I appreciate you watching me.
Thank you,
I
beautiful.
feel so bad about what you're going through, and you
Oh,
will be
because
added to my prayers.
don't feel bad because I mean, I'm on Facebook. If you ever want to look me up on Facebook, you can see my story. This is my fifth battle with
Absolutely.
cancer. So I have a white shirt on and a butterfly. But what I'm going to say to everybody on the panel, if you don't mind,
Go ahead.
be good to people because you don't know when you want that karma to come back to you. This is my fifth battle. This is my third battle with stage 4. Right now I'm
Wow.
fighting 2 stage 4, and that's breast and colon cancer. But what I'm going to say is, God is good. I thank
Yes,
God
you
for a mother that I had. I lost my mother. We actually next month to be 2 years, and that I didn't just love my mother. I adored my mother. My mother wasn't
condolences.
perfect. She didn't always say the right things to me. She didn't always treat me right. But I grew up in a holiness church, and I was taught at a young age, honor your mother and father so that your days may be longer. And that's
Yep.
what I live by. So with this being my fourth battle, if you was to see me, people always say they cannot believe that I have 2 stage 4 cancer going on, even my doctor. But you know what I tell them? I'm constantly saying God is good because He is. But I say the good karma that I put out there, I am now getting it back. It's not about the diagnosis, it's how I live my life through it. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
still going. In a minute, I'm going to get out and go work my garden. I thank God, and I'm doing. I do 500 pills, milligrams. I do 3 in the morning and 4 in the evening. That's a lot of chemo going in my body. And
Yes, it
then
is.
and then yesterday I did 6 hours through my port at City of Hope. But what I'm gonna say is you truly get back what you put out. Well, you got to be careful how we move about in life. And what I want to say to all the ladies here, if you see a lady who may be struggling with something, it's not always our business what they're struggling with. But if you see a lady struggling with something with her children, don't think about her. Think about the kids, because not one child asked to be brought here. And if you can do something nice for the children, do that for the children. You don't have to support the mothers, but take care of those kids. When you see those kids that don't have shoes or don't have this or that for school, take care of them. Stop giving to these people on TikTok through the games and all that who are capable of going out and making money. If you
Yep.
really truly want to be a person that gives, give to the right people,
And
and
the
it's
people
not
in your
about bragging.
community.
Yes, it's not about bragging. Oh, well, you know what you're talking about. We grew up believing in tithing. Okay, I don't so much believe in tithing in the church because we don't have preachers like we used to, but I do believe in working in the community. There's elderly people sitting in a nursing home who may not have anyone visiting them. Think about getting up on a Saturday morning, going to the nursing home and visit. Read a book to
Mm-hmm.
them, brush their hair. You know, you can give in so many ways. Stop giving for clout. That means nothing. You want to get into heaven because you give it to people on TikTok. Give to the people who truly need it. And I feel like, we have to protect the children. We have to protect our elderly. Think about going to your pharmacist. There's people who are walking away from their medicine, elderly people, that is. There's walking away from their medicine every month because they can't afford it. It's between their medicine or their food. Go and ask your pharmacist, is there someone this month that could not pick up a prescription that they really need? Can I pay for that? And then you contact them to come back and get it. Think
Wow,
about
I
that.
never
We,
even
we're
thought
living
about that.
we're living in a time where fakeness look good. Fakeness
Yes.
will not get you anywhere. If it's not real, leave it where it's at. Be careful what you put your hands on. You know, and I love everybody. I don't know everybody, but truly from my heart, I love everybody. Life is real, and you have to be true to it because in the end, it will get you back.
It
All
will.
this,
Well,
all this
honey,
tick.
you have some people behind you now. I am so glad
Thank
you came
you.
up
No,
because we
God is,
need
I'm just
everybody
saying
in the
God is good.
community. He is.
Humbleness would take you so much farther than money could ever possibly take us. And status, it doesn't matter what title you have, what sorority group you're in. That means absolutely nothing if you are not doing stuff from your heart. So I'm tired of preaching, to the choir. So I love everybody and just be good to people.
We
And the
love you
ones who
too.
are not good to themselves, pray for them. Pray for them because this truly is a sickness when you feel entitled to stuff that you don't work for, you know. And if you cut a corner like I did, just know, take it from me, don't cut corners because it does come back. Nothing you do in the dark stay in the dark.
That's gonna be Sheena and her husband.
Yeah.
Eventually, they only thinking of now,
Yeah,
not the
because when you
future.
really need that resource, it's not going to be available to you because you mistreated it somewhere along the way, and that is what I'm having to stand on. Me working, trying to take care. I had a disabled son, and I had 2 other children, a husband that walked away, and I thought I was just having to do what I had to do at that time to take care of my family. Would I do it all over? Maybe, because I knew I had to take care of my 3 kids, but I would not have done it as long. We do enough to get where we need to be, but when you keep on doing it, it's because you choose to do it, and you're gonna have to pay for it one day.
Right. Hold on one second. Is the people who are in the box? Did you intend to ask for the box?
Yes, I did.
Well, I'm gonna step down and let you
Okay.
talk to your other people. But everyone have a beautiful day and a happy Easter.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, hold
I
on.
don't, I
Kayla.
don't know how to come down, so if you would, could you take me
Oh,
down?
of course.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
You are
you.
always welcome in the box.
Thank you. Take care.
Hold on one second, life. Kayla, did you mean for a box?
I don't think I meant to, but can I just say something since I'm up here? It won't. I'll just be brief. I promise.
Okay.
First of all, Dee, thank you for doing this. I love watching your lives. Like,
Thank you.
I get up every morning and I'm like, oh, it's not Wednesday or Friday or Monday. I don't get to watch Dee Dee.
Thank you.
But I struggle with mental health. Like, I am disabled because of my mental health, and some things that were being said just kind of bothered me, and so I think people are too judgmental, and I'm too proud to even ask my family for help. So I don't know how these people can sit on the internet and beg for help and demand it and think they're entitled. Sheena is one of them. She drives me absolutely freaking crazy. There's so many times I've wanted to throw my phone. But I mean, it's just the entitlement, like everybody's been saying. But I didn't mean to request it. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's
So I
okay. And
will.
let me say this. I am a mental health advocate. I too suffer from mental health issues. I've talked about it many times. I have a therapist and a psychiatrist
Me
for
too.
that reason. But what I don't like is when people like to throw it in your face as if nobody else has it, as if
Right.
their particular circumstances make them more entitled than anybody else. I don't like them using it as a weapon against other people because
I agree.
many of us have mental health issues and we're not out here doing the nonsense they're doing.
Exactly. And it's like I don't even know how I want to say it. It's like people, like I told my therapist this week, I get tired of people telling me how I should feel, how I should do this, how I should cope with things. Let me do it my way. Let me do it how I need to do it. Nobody knows
Right.
what my mind goes through. And I'm not saying I'm better or anything than anybody else. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that. Um, I'm just saying everybody's different. Everybody does things different, and it shouldn't be thrown in somebody's face if, like you said, I absolutely agree with what you said. I see a therapist, I see a psychiatrist, I take meds, but there are days that are super hard, and it's then I see people like this, Sheena, and other people, Maggie, people that think they're entitled to everybody else's money because they're on this app. No, that's
Right.
not how it works.
It's
That's
not.
it's not how it works. And I'm sorry I took up so much of your time.
You're okay.
I'm gonna
You're
drop
okay.
down, but like I said, I do appreciate you, and I woke up late this morning. I was so mad. I was like, crap, I'm an hour late.
That's okay. It'll be on, if you want to see it, it'll be on TikTok. I mean, on YouTube.
Yeah, I watch it on YouTube
Anytime.
when I miss it. I do.
Oh, okay.
And I
Awesome.
like that you put the segments in there so I
Oh,
can
you
watch who I
do?
want to watch.
Okay. Perfect.
Well, you
Perfect.
have a
Perfect.
blessed day and have a
You
happy
too.
Easter.
You too. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Before I move on to bringing anybody else up, Chungus, I saw that you were in here. Are you still in here? Okay, can you let me know when it's time for us to go forward? Hey, I just saw her come in. Hey, Miranda, I just saw you come in. Let me. Okay, hold on. I got two more people asking for the box. I have about 30 seconds for each of you. Hello, trying my best. Okay. Hello, American girl. Did you mean to request? Okay. All right. So the people I want to talk to are here, so I have to switch people. Sorry, Sheena took so much time. But sometimes you gotta vent. I have to say this out loud. I said this to Mr. yesterday. There was a time when I was jealous of my mother's intuition because she could look, Echo, stop. It was like she could look at somebody. The time is 8 a.m. Echo, stop. I know what time it is. There was a time my mother could look at somebody and read right through them. And I would be like, how did she do that? Because I didn't have the skill set. But now I do. My spidey senses don't really send me in the wrong direction anymore. And when I brought her up, I told y'all how it happens when it happens. My spidey senses went off almost immediately. And I stuck around until I heard the bingo, and then I brought her to you. Because I put their name and their at so that you can go watch for yourself and make your own determination. Sorry, that's White Sox moving. And she did the whole thing of saying she was going to find me. She put out names that weren't mine, put up a picture. Then she said that Chungus, Rachel, and I were the same person. Anything to distract from who she really is. So I have a special guest, a couple of them. And because we took so long, I don't want to go through everything. But she's a liar. And people are coming. A football head is okay. Please, y'all don't have to apologize. Everybody in here is an adult. Don't worry. If I don't catch you this time, I'll catch you next time. She ended up in a tent. Okay? She ended up in a tent. But the night before, y'all know that I showed you the pictures of her going through all of her, what I call her nightly routine of crying and talking about her food and how it's going to go to waste and how it's so cold out there and what is she going to do and who's going to pay for her storage unit. It didn't work this time because the people who knew stopped. Oh, goodness. Why is that happening right now? Okay. Hold on. So she slept the night in the tent. Said that mind you, she refused to open the tent while she was on live, right? Refused. As if to say, if I don't open it, I'm not going to have to use it. And then she claimed that it was just a tube because whoever had it before her took out the poles for it. Instead of you seeing that tent as a blessing, you decided, I'm going to reject it in the name of Jesus. And there you go. Jesus didn't say be blind and stupid. He said open your eyes and focus on the light, not the darkness. So she's sitting in a McDonald's. Oh, the other thing she said is that she can't make her own warmth, that it was cold, that it turned into being a tube because she didn't have the sticks. Now, why I reject all of this is because when she had $60 and she could have bought herself a quality tent, She chose not to because she thought there were going to be people that continued to fund her. She thought making her name Digital Deceivers Karma was going to work in her favor. What she didn't recognize is that she is the digital deceiver and I am the shadow, the person in the shadows watching. So when you put Digital Deceivers Karma, you were putting that on yourself, baby. You are the digital deceiver. And hopefully you're going to get your karma because you have taken advantage of countless people. Countless. So I have to invite up, if you can request, Chungus_Rachel, so that people can now know we are not the same person, and Miranda K. Cookie lover. They together. Might as well go into a pod together. Did you see, if I get to Colton, did y'all see him with his microwave? Oh, okay, wait. Let's see. I just requested you. Good morning, Miranda.
Hello.
How are
Hello.
you?
Good.
Hey, Chungus_Rachel.
Hello. How are you guys?
I'm great. So, Chungus_Rachel is an account that I didn't come across until after I saw Rachel. Miranda K is a former supporter of hers. A huge supporter of hers. And so I wrote, Miranda, would you like to say anything first? Because I don't want to just start peppering you with questions.
No, you're fine. I should have believed everyone in the beginning, but
It's
I like
okay.
I like to give
Listen,
people a chance.
I know most of us do. And then you meet somebody like her and it throws off your nice meter just a little bit. Chungus,
Yeah.
is there anything you would like to say? Chungus_Rachel, is there anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I would like to say finally who I am because it's been a long time coming. Everybody's thinking that I'm somebody that I'm not, and they think that I'm obsessed, constantly posting about her, and I'm gonna let everybody know that she used to she I found her on TikTok as well, and I fell for
Hold on,
her
Miranda,
trying.
I'm gonna mute you real quick because your background is kind of loud. I don't know if you can go anywhere else that doesn't have the background noise, but we can't hear Chungus because of the background. So, okay, I'll be quiet now. Go ahead, Chungus.
Okay, so I fell for her emotions online and I invited her to my house to stay and I tried to help her get her ID and get her life together. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm the girl from Kentucky that she stayed with slash Cincinnati. And she came to my house and she caused me all kinds of trouble. She had mental breakdowns to the point to where she was like punching herself in the head. I mean, this girl is insane. And she told me by word of mouth that she was wanted by the police and that all she had to go do was pay a fine and it would be over with. It's not over with. When you're wanted by the police, you have to go to court and see a judge, and the fine's just not over when you got a warrant. But yeah, that's who I am.
Well, thank you for foregoing any sort of regret or embarrassment to make who she really is known. I
Yeah,
appreciate you because sometimes it's hard to stand alone when there's nobody else out there helping you.
it is hard to stand alone, but I started this page because, it's not something that I do. I don't just stalk people every day, but she needs to be taken down. She's hurt and scammed a lot of people from Texas to New Mexico. Like the girl she was staying with in New Mexico, nobody can get a hold of her. Chungus had sent pictures that the house had burnt down soon as she left the place, so nobody can get a hold of the people she was staying with. We're worried about her. Her name is Cynthia. This is really serious. Like it goes beyond scamming. This girl is out here hurting people. Like she's going to these bed and breakfasts, and like if you see my last post, the host said that she's never allowed welcome back there again because she has mental breakdowns and she threatens people around her that's also in the bed and breakfast. She really needs to be admitted into the psychiatric unit. She really needs to seek help, and I've told her that myself. But if she wants to sue me, she can go ahead because all the information that I put out there, it's all true. Like,
Yeah, please go to Chunkus underscore Rachel's page. It's in depth. Wait
yes,
a minute.
ma'am.
I see something I've been giving for a couple of months. Well, Melissa, if you would like a box, you can have one. It's okay if you don't. Stick around if you've been giving to her for a couple of months because we might educate you just a little bit. So stick around. You would like a box? Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to start with Miranda. Let me unmute her. Goodness gracious. Can everybody else mute? Oh, wait. Okay. Everybody else mute. Okay, Miranda. I'm sorry. Wherever you are, we're going to get through this. So, Miranda, can you first explain to people um, who you were to her before I start asking questions? Wait, you're in the car. Okay, okay, okay.
I'm sitting out here.
That's fine.
Uh, I just came across her page one day, and for some reason, she just caught me. I've never helped anybody before because I get sketched out by people, but I don't know. There was just something about her that she seemed like a nice person.
And I have always said that she's funny. She has this really quirky personality that makes her very engaging. So I get it. That's initially what made me stop. So you met her on TikTok.
Yeah.
Um, can you describe what it was about her that you like so much?
She just seemed really funny, and she just needed help. I thought she needed help, but she needs more than our help.
hmm
Definitely.
How long ago? I mean, when did you first start like communicating with her?
I think it was I think it was around the same time you, because I'm the reason why she got the Airbnb.
Okay. Yes.
So it was the same time.
It's funny because you wrote me a message and said, "Why am I calling her a scammer?"
Yeah.
And I
I
got
really didn't think
messages
she
on
was.
YouTube too. Of course not. And again, when you are helping somebody that you think is truly in need, you wouldn't do it if you thought they were a scammer,
Yeah.
right? And I had people on my YouTube, you got it all wrong about her. And I just said, okay. And then I suggested that they go watch Another Day, where I was able to prove that she was scamming people. Did
Yeah.
she ever tell you that she needed her ID?
She did at first, and then she actually sent me a picture of it because she couldn't figure out how to get it verified on TikTok.
In
So
order to get paid.
so she sent me a picture of it, and I used my iPad, and so I've had a picture of it this whole time. So, yeah. So
Correct.
that's when I started kind of getting sketched out because her name was different. I actually went to Chicago last week when I was still talking to her, but I did not meet up with her
Mm,
because I was already getting vibes off of her.
right. So she goes by several names because she has serious criminal. She has a very checkered past, and I'll show y'all that in a second. But her present isn't good either. And I showed y'all her charges the other day, the current ones that I found. There are others that I didn't find, but Chunkus underscore Rachel did. So
Yes, ma'am.
So I showed y'all where she was saying that it was going to cost her money to get her birth certificate. I proved she could get her birth certificate for free as a homeless person in Chicago. Or if she did have to pay for it, the most it would be was $15 and maybe $1 in tax. Who knows? But if she was getting food and Airbnbs paid for, she couldn't have got her birth certificate. The other thing is, she talks about being able to get a job, but if you don't have an ID, how are you getting a job? But I don't think she can't get her job because there's no ID. I think she doesn't have a job because of her history. However, she also said the other day while she was boohoo crying and forgetting about the fact that people knew she was lying, that she has had 3 paper IDs sent to shelters and they always disappeared. So and by the way, I've seen her ID. It hasn't expired yet. So what are you talking about? It's going to cost you $60 or $70. It won't. So Miranda,
Yeah.
what did she say to you or what did she do to encourage you to book her an Airbnb? And did you book it in her name or your own?
She didn't, like, she was just crying about having to sleep in her storage unit and stuff. So I just really felt bad. So I was like, well, maybe if I get her an Airbnb for like 2 nights, that can, give her some time to breathe and maybe get her on her feet. And yeah, never got her on her feet.
How many days do you think you paid for her to be in an Airbnb?
I personally only paid for like 3 or 4 myself. And
But
then other people would send to help. Or she would somehow come up with money and randomly send it that nobody knew about. Like, where did that come from?
Question. But she always had them booked in your room, in your name?
At first I did, and then she somehow she met the owner of the Airbnb, and now they text, and that's how she was staying there. But I got a hold of him and told him everything that's going on, and she's no longer allowed at any of his Airbnbs.
Okay. So she was staying in her storage unit before that, or at least that's what she said.
Yeah, a couple of times until they put a note up saying that she could no longer sleep in there.
Okay. Do you know that what kind of liability that is? Now, Chungus, I'm going to call you Chungus because I don't have any other name. Can you tell people or describe to them when she went to Texas and tells everybody that she was living in an abandoned building and almost got unalived? My question was always, if she was living in an abandoned building, where did enough stuff come from that she needed an entire storage unit? And let's understand, she got help to go to Texas and she got help to come back to Chicago. So somebody paid for that. Can you explain what her time in Texas was like?
Her time in Texas was awful because she had stayed with a paraplegic woman who needed care, an older woman, and she took advantage of her and beat her up and stole from her. And she collected all those things along the way because, as you've seen her record, she's a thief. She steals off of people. She steals off of stores. She said online one time that she had an infinite glitch to go to Starbucks and I recently found out that glitch was her going to the counter and just stealing the cups and, walking away. That's just what she does. She steals from the people that helps her and anybody around her. And that's why she has no family, she has no friends, and she has nobody because don't nobody want to let them in their house when she's doing things like that.
And wasn't she harassing the other people where the paraplegic woman lived?
Yeah, she was harassing the neighbors, she was harassing the people at the corner store, she was harassing everybody. And the lady that was her neighbor actually got her on camera and was saying a few things, about her, about how she's wanted, how she took her kids from CPS custody and took them to Mexico. And she was just saying all kinds of stuff that I was going to say Raquel, Rachel had told this paraplegic woman she was staying with.
Correct. And can you also describe the case as it relates to her children, just the charges and the penalty?
The charges that she has 2 charges of child endangerment.
Correct. Can you talk about the time she spent either 3 or 4 years locked up?
Well, somebody in the group chat had just paid for her information to find out that she was locked up for 4 years for robbery. And because we'd heard her say it before, but we have to confirm anything that she says because nothing is really true. So
I showed the first page first just so you could see who we were talking about, but this is the important bit. So, wait, where'd her picture go? Miranda, why, what made you, wait, I don't want to get to there yet.
Okay.
When you saw her walking around Chicago, no, before that, did you guys ever wonder, like I did, where the 420 was coming from?
Yeah, she always said she had a hookup at the smoke shop.
All the hookups in the world wouldn't have kept her with that much 420.
Yeah,
All
and
the
well, and
hookups
then
in the
we
world.
recently just found out so Chicago has actual dispensaries, but you have to have an actual ID. It's a really big process to get in. She's been going to just a regular smoke shop, and what she's smoking is CBD Cloud 9 or Delta 9.
Oh, which is
It's
worse.
it's not even like the real actual.
and that's probably why she's flipping out from
Yeah.
time to time.
That's worse. So that's crazy. That's why she was
Yeah.
willing to smoke it on the street.
Yeah.
Because it never, like, how are you walking down the street with your pipe in the middle of Chicago? Now, how did y'all feel about the Raul story?
When he went missing, or
Yeah,
I didn't believe any of that happened. I think he doesn't want to deal with her.
me too. And then, how did y'all feel when she said she was pregnant?
I
I knew
didn't
that was
believe it.
another lie.
Yeah,
I'm
I never
sorry.
believed it. And then I have a message from her because she would text me constantly about any inconvenience. She would call me and call me and call me like I was her mom. And that was starting to get too much.
Yeah, she wants somebody to treat her like she's a child. I think I wrote down she's a grown princess.
Yeah.
That's my category for her. She's a grown princess. She wants to get princess treatment like she's a little girl, but she's a grown woman. And you can't tell her what to do, but you can give her your money.
I
Yeah.
feel like she has split personalities. She said on her one of her posts one time that her mom had changed her name 6 years ago. Why would her mom change a grown woman's name?
Right.
Like, I don't understand that.
See, Rachel is really good at word salad. She says whatever she needs to say in the moment to get people all wrapped up in her story because her story sounds so interesting. One other thing, wasn't she taking the money from the people in Texas and buying things from like Shein?
Yeah, she was ordering from Shein and then but she had ordered that from supposedly she had took that money from the paraplegic woman and then ordered it to the lady's house. And then when they kicked her out, she tried to come back to receive it and she was mad that they wouldn't let her have it. They'd made posters saying don't let this woman in, that she was trying to steal packages.
That's
You got to lay down.
bananas.
It will take a little bit. Okay.
Oh, if you have to go, dear, it's okay. Yo, she probably changed her name. She claims she changed her telephone number because now, of course, that people have woken up to who she really is. They were pretending to be her friend all along. I have never paid somebody to pretend to be their friend. So,
She doesn't even know what a friend is.
absolutely not, Miranda.
Yeah.
What What did you think when she started doing the walks around Chicago and the cooking videos as a means of content?
I it's kind of like it seemed manic, like extremely. She's extremely manic. And I was like, well, good. Maybe she'll actually, get some views. And she was going about everything the wrong way.
Right. Well, when she decided to come for me and then block everybody that she thought was a part of me that weren't, some people had never even heard of me before, she
Yeah.
shadow banned herself because
Yeah.
she
I
doesn't know
told
how
her that too.
TikTok works. Right. She shadow banned herself so that when you start blocking everybody that's coming in, TikTok thinks you don't want views.
Yeah.
So they stop sending on the For You feed. Who are you? We don't know you. But
So
then, of
another
course,
thing,
it was my fault.
yeah, everything was everyone's fault. She would
What
complain
was
about
the turning
everything.
point for you, Miranda?
I think it was last Saturday when she knew the Airbnb was about to end and nobody was being like, here's $5, here's $10. She started threatening to unalive herself,
Yep.
and saying all kinds of bad stuff, and then nobody heard from her. Well, then later that night we finally did. Well, the same thing happened Sunday, or was it
Yep.
Monday? I don't remember if it was Sunday or Monday. But she said the same thing again, and nobody could get a hold of her. So we did a wellness check. I gave her Airbnb address to our little group chat, and we sent the police to her Airbnb. And
Hmm.
she flipped.
Yep. She sure did.
And I'm sorry, but I'm not going to help somebody that is going to sit there and talk crap about me and say horrible, mean things about me. I'm done. No more.
Yep. She said that you were faking being her friend. That the whole time you wanted to prove that she had a warrant. Truth, she was already in before she had heard anything about me. How did you hear about me? Was it from Rachel herself?
Yeah, and then I started watching, and then it made me curious. So then I would Google stuff, and yeah. So that's really when at first I was helping her with Airbnb. I would send her some food. I actually did send her food Sunday, and she left all that at the Airbnb, and that makes me mad.
Right, because she didn't have to.
Yeah,
But
but I really quit supporting her financially a while back
right.
because of stuff she would say, and she was very ungrateful, and that made me mad.
Very,
What
very, very ungrateful.
what happened with this vacation? Was it with Cynthia?
Oh, and the whole Cynthia thing, that is weird. She was in Valencia County, New Mexico. That's where Cynthia is from. Cynthia has deleted the 2 TikToks we knew about, so we have no way to get a hold of her. But it's weird. A wildfire started behind their house the day Rachel left. And then Rachel
Oh,
comes
that's
home.
Cynthia from
Yeah.
Mexico.
And then Rachel comes home with money, a new iPad. Like, where did that come from?
Right.
And nobody
And
can
she
get a
was
hold of
only
her.
gone, what, 2 days, maybe 3?
Yeah, and that's a long trip for 2 days. Like, yeah, for 2
Right.
days.
And she said that she spent her last $250 to get her out there.
Yeah.
Cynthia spent her last 250.
Yeah, that's what Cynthia said. She spent her last $250. And that's what Chungus had said about Cynthia. She spent her last $250 to get her out to
I
New
did hear her
Mexico.
say that. I did hear her
Yeah.
say that. I heard Chungus say that. But then Chungus got back and said, I shouldn't have ever went. I spent money that I shouldn't have. And I'm like, how do you get to spend any money when it's not even your money? And even your TikTok payout came from somebody else's wallet. You didn't do anything to earn it.
Yeah, that's just like a guy sent her $500 and she sent me 90 of that for 3 nights of a room. That's all she sent for a room was $90.
Wow.
So what she did with the rest of that, I have no idea. And
I want to
that made me
know
mad too.
who. I want to know because she talked about a person in Texas like feeling bad for her, a guy, I want to say. And
Yeah, this
then,
guy was from Florida.
wow.
I don't understand. She couldn't have sent her kids the money because she doesn't have contact with her kids. She's got, child endangerment charges on her.
Yeah, she didn't send that to her kids. I don't believe that.
Absolutely not.
She tells people she
And
talks to her kids and texts her kids. She doesn't. The whole time she was at my house, she didn't have not one conversation with her kids at all. Not one. No contact at all.
I don't know, since what she's smoking isn't 420, that money was going to something else.
And it
Yeah,
wasn't
but listen,
Starbucks.
it
Since she
wasn't
steals.
Starbucks.
No, because
And
I
I never
contacted
understood how she always had Starbucks but no money.
Starbucks and sent her ID.
Good for you. And she
Yeah.
wonders why she can't get a job. Who is going to hire you? And then did you see where she pressured the young girl the other day? I don't know if it was the young girl, but she pressured somebody and said, you need to tell your managers to hire me? Was
Oh
that
yeah.
the young girl at Taco
That
Bell?
that was her friend Amore. That was in there. That who was in the group chat with us. We had kicked them out because they was sending screenshots back to her. They're really good friends.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, she kept talking about, I better not see this young girl on anybody's pages, but you have her in a box. So
She's
you
always
guys
contradicting
again
herself.
of publicly, you're publicly airing her, but then saying you better not see her. If she shouldn't be in anybody's photos, then she shouldn't be in your box. But what also floored me was that she's 19 with a job. And you're going to visit her at her job to get free food. Let's be serious. And yet you can't get a job at your big age. You're 31 years old.
Amore also let her sleep where she works at Taco Bell. She could have been fired for that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she
So
used to
now,
sleep at Taco Bell.
so now you could ruin somebody else's life.
She doesn't care about ruining nobody's life. It's all about her and what she wants and what she needs. She doesn't care about nobody else's story but her own.
Oh, Melissa, what do you have to
I'm
say?
here.
What are your thoughts so far?
Well, I had just moved to San Antonio, Texas, and she was here at the time. Is how I met her on a TikTok. She was like walking around the city, and she was pretty funny. And the reason I have to say the reason I moved to San Antonio, Texas is because my 22-year-old son had passed away.
I'm
And
sorry.
so me and my children wanted to come here and get a fresh start. So just in saying that, I think I was vulnerable to helping. My son spent a lot, on helping people. And so
Mm-hmm.
every time I helped her, I would think to myself, and I even told her, this is from my son. I'm going to send you this money. And I didn't send a lot, but a few $100s. Not all at once, just, here's
Yeah.
some food money, here's help with the room money, some medicine money, a little, every single time. And I had heard about y'all, but she had made believe you guys were just stalkers, all this kind of stuff. I just felt so bad for her. I thought everybody was out to get her, and I couldn't understand why. And then all this stuff really started happening. About 2 weeks ago, I really started pulling away because all these meltdowns, I think she had a meltdown because the wind had blown and she was trying to smoke.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, that's weird. um, it was it was just meltdown after meltdown.
Yeah, I called it, well, especially at night. I called it her nighttime routine because it's when she got the most money, in my opinion, from
Yes.
talking about how she would unalive if she was outside, how cold it was, and then the very next day she was in a beautiful outfit talking about what the beautiful weather was in Chicago. Or again, she claimed she was out looking for work, but she wore a bright pink, a hot pink outfit with a hoodie and everything. But then when she went to go see her friend, she was in a full face of makeup and a sleeveless sweater and a skirt. If you're really going out looking for a job, let's be serious. I thought maybe she didn't have the clothes, but then you put it on a couple of days later, and I'm supposed to believe that you didn't know that that's it, because she wasn't ever looking for work. It was just to get people. And let me say this, y'all, and I know I have the photos, but I don't want to take any more time to look for them. Do y'all remember that she was saying that people were stalking her? How, if you honestly believe somebody is stalking you, would you walk around Chicago and show exactly where you were in real time?
Right.
You would never do that. She was never actually afraid of anybody doing anything to her. Or what about when somebody suggested to her that she go to a food bank? I'm not a food bank, a soup kitchen, and she was like, I can't because it's in the south side of Chicago. But then the next morning woke up from an Airbnb where? In the south side of Chicago. And then, after having everybody believe for 5 minutes that she was pregnant, then she talked about she wanted her cyst to burst because she didn't want to be here anymore. Then to come on and be like, my period came, I need tampons, and they're in the Airbnb, and I mean in the storage unit, and I'm all the way on the south side of Chicago. But then was like, but I'll be okay. How did women do it, in the dark ages? Like, ma'am, you knew you weren't pregnant, but you were using it as a. She literally was like, I'm walking around and I have to protect this life inside of me. What?
And then saying she's going to walk in traffic.
Yes. Remember when she had to walk all the way back to, I don't remember what grocery store it was. It wasn't Walmart. She had to walk back to this grocery store because she was missing milk and a spice to make the food that she promised someone she would make. And she's literally walking down the street talking about how it's going to take her 7 hours and her body can't do this. And can anybody send her not Airbnb, um, ride share money so that because her body couldn't take it, and then she wished she just walked into traffic. And then when a car came and she felt like it was too close, at first she was like, I know she sees me, and then switched it and was like, I wish she would just hit me, girl. And then you wonder why you got nannered.
Yeah, she's always talking about unaliving herself. Like the friend that she was just recently with the past week, Jay, she told us the story about her messaging her about wanting to unalive herself. That's why they're not friends no more. She was going to unalive herself because she had left some chicken over at her house.
The crazy thing is that it used to be that when you were talking about things like unaliving, everybody takes it seriously because you never know. When someone uses that to manipulate you, that is the lowest form of person. On top of her children charges, it doesn't get any lower.
Yeah, that's what
Anyway,
made us all. That's what made us all go away. Was
Yeah.
that.
yeah. Okay. I have a Mama M80. Do y'all know her?
No.
No,
Okay. I have a Terry Baxter.
no,
What about a Willis
no.
or a Tom? Right now, I own yes, chicken. I only want people up here who have either given or were friends with her or something. If you're not that and you just want to come up and talk about her, give me a minute. Drop from the request because I want people who were a supporter up here right now. Okay, so one, I have a couple of things. Hold on, let me get back to my list. Okay, I asked Melissa this, but Miranda, what did you think when people started calling her out?
Like at first, I didn't want to believe it because she seemed like this nice, normal person. Not normal, but you know. And then I just don't like to believe like bad stuff about people.
Hmm.
And like I don't know, I just believed her. She said everyone was a bully, they're out to get her. And like I've seen a lot of bullying on TikTok, so I believed her.
Right. I usually say this, but I'm gonna say it now for anybody who may not be familiar with me. I don't pick people out of a hat. When you've made it to my grid, you have either done or said enough to make it here. There are other people who have been declared scammers by other people I choose not to cover. Not that they haven't begged on the app. What about the paraplegic Caleb White? People have been talking about him for at least over the year that I've been doing it. I've never covered him. Never covered him. Not saying he's not a scammer. I just, because of his circumstances, struggle with covering him. There are other people who, like Hood Reese, when I covered him, he was a bolo. He came in here talking about he's not a beggar, but now he is. I don't just pick people out of the blue and say, I'm going to cover them. I try to
Yeah.
have a conversation. I try to watch. And then, based on what they do and say, y'all know if they hit 5 of my red flags, they're on the list. But I don't just pick somebody out the blue and say, I'm going to talk about this person, or I'm doing it to bully or harass, or that I want her to no longer be here. None of that is true. And I know the people I surround myself with don't believe that. It is about you are 31, able bodied. You have 4 children already. You lied about being pregnant with a fifth. You lied about Raul and that whole set of circumstances. And she talked about how she wasted her last 4 years. How have you been with Raul for 4 years if you were in Texas and then he got deported and then he came back? Girl, you are putting him in the line of fire. You're doing too much. That's why I tell y'all to go watch for yourselves and come up with your own conclusions, because I see it clear as day. But I don't want you to feel like you have to see it the way I do. So, Miranda or Melissa, or you guys can go and whatever, or Chungus _ Rachel, this is to you too. Let's start with Melissa. What, and if you don't have an answer, it's fine. What advice do you have for other people who are supporting people who do what she does?
Oh my goodness. I learned a lesson never to trust somebody as far as TikTok goes. If I want to help somebody in the community, I think I'll just stick with that.
Absolutely. Because there's somebody in your community that's homeless. There's some
Yes.
child in your community that's hungry.
Yeah, I would say donate to your local shelter, the homeless, anything. Don't donate to people on TikTok. They are scammers. Make sure you do your research before you invite anybody into your life, into your home. That's the lesson that I learned. Like I will never trust somebody online again like that. I will never let somebody use their emotions to play me like that ever again.
What about you, Miranda?
The same. Never trust anyone on TikTok, and don't give anyone your money on TikTok.
Or your phone number?
Yeah.
My final question, and then other people can come up and ask theirs, is there any suggestions about the ways in which we on this side of the divide can do better, say something better, show? Is there any way that we can do anything better to help the people who are already wrapped up in the cycle?
I think that you're doing your job like you're causing awareness for everybody. You have a bigger platform, and I think that you're helping a lot of people, saving them from spending their hard-earned money on somebody who's not going to appreciate it.
Yeah, I think you're doing a good job. It'll take people a minute to believe you, and because people obviously don't want to believe the worst, so they'll eventually learn by watching you and doing the research of stuff you talk about.
Thank you. Melissa, any advice?
I don't really have any advice. I just wanted to say I felt so bad for this girl. I was actually going to bring her into my home,
Oh,
and I almost did. And then that's when I found out she was going on some trip and these people were going to help her and she was going to get her life right and she wasn't going to need help anymore. So then I was like, oh, okay. But as far as advice, just like I had said too, is I had heard about your page, but I never went to it. And I just wanted to believe everything was good until it wasn't, you know?
right. I understand. Kimmer, do you want to come up? I saw
Yes,
you
Cameron.
before. I'm gonna invite you. Kimmer, please come up.
And
Because
she
you got,
has.
let me just say this. What when we call out an enabler, it is because we want to make sure that you guys know for sure that you're supporting someone who is a scammer. Once you've seen the light and you come back over our way, it is my practice not to bash. And I would hope that that was everybody else's practice because most of us got taken by, or almost got taken by a scammer before. So not going to knock you because you got taken. I just ask that you then do the good work and make sure that the people around you don't get taken either. But you have a community here. Hey, Kimmer,
Hi.
what would you like to add?
This was the first time that I ever got on TikTok and followed her. She just came up on the feed, and I was, I guess, also suckered into it as well, and could not believe. I guess I'm naive to it because I always like to think good in people, and just to think that somebody could do this, and we were all helping out of the kindness of our heart, and to see the way she turned when she knew that nothing was going to be continued, it floored me. It floored me, and especially with how she handled with Miranda, because Miranda did way, way so much for her, you know. And I just wish we could put the Goodyear blimp out there to let everybody know, because I hate to see this happen to somebody else that may not that may not figure it out. I mean, it took me 2 months, you know.
Oh, yeah, because when you see her, her performances are flawless. If you don't know what you're looking for,
Yep.
Yes.
There's already 2 new people sending her money I've seen on her Venmo.
Yeah, someone already bought her a tent.
Yeah, someone bought her a new tent because the other one wasn't good enough.
wow, yeah, Miranda was.
Yeah, she
Lori, it is happening all over the app. And that's why when people are like, why are you calling her a scammer? Look at the resume. And one of the reasons why I don't cover just one person when I go live is because I want them to understand I'm not picking on any individual in particular. I'm not just saying that they're a bad person. I'm also trying to show you the red flags that are consistent amongst all of them so that the next person you come across you can see without the rose colored glasses that everybody is good because we are led to believe that everybody has good in them, that just because somebody falls down doesn't mean they can't pick themselves back up. Those of us who believe in the Bible and the words that they contain know that we're supposed to help the downtrodden, help the people who don't have it all. Jesus didn't come to speak to the Pharisees and the Sadducees. He came to speak to the downtrodden. He spoke to the tax collectors. He spoke to the people who were supposed to be on the wrong side of the train tracks. So we have all of that in our head, and that we want good karma, or however you call it. You want God to bless us. So you
I just
feel
hope I would
open to
like to
it.
see and hope that she's looking at this now.
I
Oh, she
appreciate
got
all
to
of you
know.
coming forward
Oh, me too. I
because it
love
really
it.
does take a lot. It takes a lot to come forward because she does
Good
like
morning.
to expose everybody's information, and you know, she talks about it's illegal to tell people's information, and then when she gets mad, that's what she does. So,
Right. Good morning, Ham. Welcome in. I
thank
know it
you.
is, Melissa, but that's okay. Put the humiliation into the fact away, and remember you were doing it for the right reason, and it was in honor of your son. And so you don't need to feel humiliated or bad or anything because you didn't do it when you, after you knew she was a scammer and said, I'm going to keep going, you did it while you thought that she was a real, honest human being. Good morning, Ham.
I was gonna say something that was about another scammer as well, but I'll let you finish.
Oh, you're not up here to talk about Rachel?
No, another scammer, a
Okay,
new
then I'm
one.
gonna bring. Okay, I'm gonna bring you back up. Okay.
Okay, it's a new one. This one
All right.
is begging for gifts. She's 18. It's that person.
Okay, I'll bring you back up.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, and thank you, Ham, for trusting me with the information. Yes, we appreciate you being willing to come in the box because you know that this is going to piss her off even more. Because the
Mm-hmm.
last thing she wanted
Well, the
was for
truth
you
hurts.
guys to connect to us.
Yep.
And because this makes it clear that she's a liar, scammer, beggar, manipulator. Period. And
Hopefully the
is
two new
it
gifters are
true?
watching.
Is it true that she used another name when the police came for the welfare check?
That's what we're wondering if she did. Well, she told me she didn't answer the door.
Right.
So,
But did you
Yeah,
see the shock on her face when she realized the police were there?
yeah.
I think it was.
Someone in our group said she looked like Willy Wonka's grandpa when
When they found out about the golden ticket.
yeah.
I had
That's
taken a
funny.
little. I had taken a little clip of her to where she said, she's not going to answer the door. That she knows she's not wanted. But my thing is, if you know you're not wanted, why wouldn't you answer the door?
Right. When I was live, I said they could have been coming to warn you about something, telling you you need to evacuate. The door might have not even, the police might not have been there for you. Why wouldn't you open the door? And then she
Mm-hmm.
goes off on the young lady who does. When you're a rule follower and you're a legal person, when the police knock on the door, you answer the door, especially when you have no idea why they're there.
Right.
Okay, I'm gonna start letting other people up who may have questions. And I'm not gonna invite everybody up all at once because this is gonna be a lot. If you didn't mean to take the box, either tell me or just drop. Okay, Mama M, I'm inviting, and I'm gonna invite Terry Braxton. Okay, maybe there wasn't anybody. Okay, Tasha and Willis. Hello, good morning, Tasha. Did you mean for the box?
No, my puppy did it.
Oh, okay. No problem. Willis, did you mean for the box? Just tell me. No, it's okay. Okay, can you see the light? All right, maybe she did. If anybody would like a box to talk or to ask some questions, now is the time to do it. I told y'all I had a reason to come live this morning. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, can you see the light?
That's what I told Chungus. I said we
Oh,
gave her a
shit.
reason to go live Friday.
Y'all sure did, because I was debating it, and I was like, "Oh no, we're going live on Friday." And I told y'all I had a message you wouldn't be expecting. Oh,
So I
it's
have to
something.
tell you the
Go
name
ahead.
of the tent. This is the funniest thing. The name of the tent one of the girls in our group bought her. The name of it is Don't Die in the Woods. And it didn't have a door.
How dare you?
That's why she wanted a new tent because it didn't have a door. She thought the coyotes was going to eat her because she's on her period.
Yep.
And
Well,
that's the
that's
kind of tent she asked for.
Yeah, she said the kind that would keep you warm, that had the insulation in it or whatever.
yeah, and she wants a tarp. My thing is this: if you were just gonna end up there, right? And I can understand somebody not wanting to be outside during the winter, but what she doesn't recognize is we cover people in all kinds of situations. And we have watched them survive in a tent through the dead of winter. But when you know that you're at that point where the money isn't coming in, you see it slowing down. You have to make wise decisions for you. But what often happens with scammers is that when they start getting the money, they think that there's something so special about them that regardless of what they do, there will always be the next sucker. That's how they see it. There'll always be another one. As long as I keep showing up, having my nightly routine of wanting to unalive myself and being desperate, etc., somebody's gonna take pity on me and send me the money. When
And that's
she
why
got back, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I try to prove a little bit that she's mentally unstable, not to like say that I'm better than her because I'm not in any way, shape, or form, but she tells everybody that she's mentally stable, and clearly she is not. She is very far from it.
What was
Very
also
far.
interesting was that she said her backup is to go into a mental hospital because she knows that's where she's going to end up anyway. So, so you're going to use resources as your backup?
Another reason we found out she's so like angry, we found out that her charges when she had child endangerment. I mean, I lost train of thought.
Sorry. Her people must be in here blocking because I'm getting restrictions like I care. And I don't. Right. Sometimes the truth hurts. So it's
Yeah,
not
it does.
hate. It's just the truth.
But she claimed when she went to court, she filed for what was it, insanity, Miranda?
Yeah, mental insanity.
Yeah, with her kids for child endangerment. So that's why she gets so touchy feely when someone brings up her mental status and she claims that she's sane, but she's really not.
But this is the thing. You can have mental illness when you use it as a weapon, whether you have it or not. That's wrong. And again, I say all the time, I have a diagnosis. I see a therapist and a psychiatrist. So when it comes to having mental illness, of course I have empathy for it because I am a diagnosed person. But I'm not
Likewise,
going to
I'm
allow you
bipolar.
to use it to take advantage of other kind-hearted people.
I would
That's
always
when you
try to
go too
talk to
far.
her. I would
Go
always
ahead.
try to bring it up to her, and she would get mad at me and say she wasn't crazy. I'm like, just because you have a mental illness, it does not make you crazy. I said, I have a couple like ADHD, anxiety, all that. I'm not crazy. I don't think I'm crazy, at least. But
Right.
yeah, she would get
But
mad whenever you'd bring it up.
to sit up here and think that people are just gonna continue to put you. She's not even in a motel because that's not safe enough for her. She has to be in an Airbnb.
Well, the
And
Airbnb was
beautiful one,
cheaper.
huh?
The Airbnb was actually the cheapest.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, it's
it's
Chicago.
stuff is crazy in Chicago.
Yeah, it's Chicago. Miss Awesome. I'm assuming Mrs. Awesome. Did you want a box? Mrs. Awesome from Canada? Okay, maybe not. I know a lot of people are tapping to try to make sure we don't get taken down. Do you think at 9:03 I care about not being on the For You feed? I don't. So keep reporting. And everybody knows we have a whole nother live we can go to. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being willing to answer my questions. Thank you for being willing to share your history with her and acknowledge that at one point you were her supporter. I also appreciate the fact that you were willing to say out loud that even though you were her supporter, a financial supporter at that, that you started to recognize the red flags as well. I
It was a couple
appreciate
weeks
you.
ago. I had really pulled back because of it from a distance. Um, it took a while though.
Yeah.
Yeah, her breakdown started getting a little too
Hmm.
much.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
But they started to look purposeful.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
it's not a legitimate breakdown. Cause she could be happy all day out in Chicago, showing graffiti on the walls, showing you street signs where she was, telling you she was going to look for a job and everything was closed when you could see the lights on every place she passed.
Well,
It
that's
was
actually
all manipulation.
that's another thing. When I first came across her, she claimed she couldn't go to an interview or get a job because she didn't have a coat. All she had was that blanket hoodie or the Snuggie hoodie or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So I sent her, my son had a brand new coat that he never wore, and they were like the same size. So I sent her a coat. Well, 2 days later, here comes a storage unit that we didn't know about, full of clothes, and she had coats and all kinds of stuff in it. So that made
Yep.
me mad too.
Listen. They will use anything, say anything, use anybody. They'll use somebody else's story to get money out of people.
Yeah.
And then if you question them, they start to discuss your disloyalty. Or you must, because that's immediately what she said. She's like, she pretended to be my friend because she thought I had a warrant all along. And that it wasn't a welfare check, it was just so that they could see if I had a warrant. And she was like, ha, I don't have a warrant. Girl, the look on your face said everything. It
It
yeah.
said
really did.
everything. Yeah, her finding things off the street. Do y'all remember
Oh
recently
God.
when she went through, like it was like a dumpster type thing? And she was like, I found this from the 90s. Why are you picking up more junk to have to walk around with? And then, before she went to New Mexico, where did the money for that purse come from? And the luggage come from?
She was always finding stuff, always. Brand new, really nice stuff.
She wasn't
Ulta
she
and
was finding
Sabara
it all
stuff.
right.
She would even say that the stores had so much back stock that they threw it away.
Right. No, she was just taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call it? I can't remember, but she uses her fingers to get what
A
she wants.
klepto.
Yeah,
Klepto they
Crafting a
can't.
discount.
exactly. Mississippi. Wait, what's your name? Mississippi Mud Flapper. It looks like you. That's what I was thinking, Matt Holly. Like a five finger discount or a
Yep.
booster. Yep.
Sticky fingers.
Oh, she's gonna be mad today. So I hope it worked out for you to put Digital Deceivers Karma. I really hope that worked out for you because yes, you brought karma on yourself.
Yeah,
And
This
it
is the
seems like
longest she's gone without being live.
it seemed karma had
And
spun the
it's
block for
crazy.
her.
good morning, Mississippi.
Good morning. Well, actually, it's my night.
Oh, okay. Good
Uh,
evening.
I work nights, so anyway, just listening to this, I'm 57 years old. I worked 2 jobs to try to survive. This girl's probably making 6 digits a year.
Well, if she had kept going, she would have. Thankfully, the people
So
who were
that's what our
giving
young
her.
children are doing.
Oh, it's going to get worse with the next generation because they're watching their parents do it. And did you see when she said the other day, I'm not going to come live? She kept claiming this was going to be her last live, her last live, her last live. And then when she put in, like, what she dropped was, I'm going to not be here anymore, but I'm going to leave them up because my kids deserve to see me when I was funny. Girl, what?
She can't live without TikTok. She couldn't survive without people donating to her because she refuses to get a job and do it for herself. She'd rather
But
take
the
off
money,
hard. take off hardworking people.
You don't mention your kids any other time, but you want to mention your kids when it's like, well, I'm not gonna be here anymore, so I'm leaving my account up so my kids can see me. Like, how manipulative is that?
I had gone through her page and I had found something about 6 years ago where she had put up a few of like her Venmo and PayPal, and she was using her children's pictures to collect donations to make them feel sorry for her. So I don't understand how she says she don't want her kids. She wants to keep her kids safe, because if that was the case, she's the one putting them out there herself.
Right. But saying that, oh, you put my kid out there, blah blah. It's only good when they use it.
Yeah, she
But
said
then
that I
forget.
threatened her kid. I didn't threaten her kid. I was just showing people that, she's been begging since 2020. Like, she's been begging for like 6 years. She said it's been 2 months. It's been a long time. She's been begging
Exactly.
for a long time.
I wrote that down too. Let me see where I wrote that down. Where she
Well,
brought
didn't
up
you
the
drop
kid.
me? I just wanted to tell y'all keep up the good job informing us.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here, especially when it's your nighttime. Thank you. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful sleep and have a good day at work.
Y'all too. Thanks.
Okay.
So,
So I'm
I'm sorry.
go ahead. Nope, go ahead.
I was gonna say the only way she's able to receive money now is from Venmo. She's not. I guess she's banned or something from Apple Pay, Cash App, all that. Well, we're trying to get her Venmo taken down. We've reported
Absolutely.
everything, so hopefully
Good.
it'll get taken down.
Good. And hopefully enough people will get a message, whether it's the fact that y'all are gone, whether it's the fact that people hear this, because I'm definitely going to clip parts of this and post it on my page. And I will share it to you guys. And then if you post it, more people will come around, will have the opportunity to see it. And
I'm
then it will
definitely
direct
posting
them
it.
to the YouTube where they can see the whole thing. And I do chapters. So if somebody wants to know something about somebody specifically, they don't have to watch the whole thing. They can just click on the chapter and hear for themselves the parts they want to hear. So that's important. Guess who's on? Is it Jordan Paul or is it Rachel? Well, ladies, again, I want to say thank you. First of all, you're always welcome. I am probably going to invite you up again because I think it is so important that people see the full circle
Yes, definitely.
I
and
have
that,
tried to get other victims to come forward, but only our support group. Well, there has been people that came forward anonymously to tell me their story, but they're scared to come out because they're scared of her, because she's, I mean, you can see she's hurt.
I guess the
right,
good thing about this is we've made a really good group of friends.
right. She
Yeah, we
Yeah.
brought
really
us
did.
together. Thank you,
Our, our
Rachel.
our little support group is awesome.
But the
Yes, it
stories, the
is.
stories is insane. Like, that's what made me do this. Like, taking from people who's lost, you know,
Oh,
single
go ahead.
moms, taking from, widows, taking from, like, it's just sad. It's really sad. But we do appreciate you. Thank you very much, for helping us spread the awareness.
Absolutely. Hold on. I have two people, Becca and Stacy. Do you guys want a box to talk to them or about something else? They do TikTok, but what I find funny is begging on TikTok and sending them to your personal pay apps is against community guidelines, but they want to say that we're cyber stalking and harassing them, which is against community guidelines. So it's community guideline against community guideline. Let's see who lasts the longest.
Hmm. Yep.
Oh, okay, Becca. All right. And then Stacy G. What about you? Did you want a box to discuss this? Okay, ladies, I'm gonna let you down. I technically only have 13, 15 minutes to go. Okay, no problem. And there's somebody else I want to get to today. But
Can you drop me?
again,
I don't know how to. I don't know how to
I
exit out of here.
absolutely will.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
beautiful day.
Thank you. You are
Thank you.
always welcome here. And join the community because you are the people that actually make the bigger difference because you were once them.
Yep.
Yes.
So getting the word out from you speaks way more volumes than me. I appreciate you. I'm gonna follow. Well, I followed all of you, and yes, I want to join the group chat.
Yes, we will add you.
Okay.
It's a great laugh every night. It
Yes,
really
it
Thank you.
is.
is.
Thank you. I
One more
appreciate
thing.
it.
One more
Yes.
thing. There was other people that wanted to be here this morning to talk about it, but they're just not morning people. So they
Yeah.
wanted us, you know, to fill them in and everything. But they did want to be here.
Yes, they
Okay.
did.
Well, I am definitely gonna do what I call a digital after dark this month because I haven't for the last three, and it's usually a Saturday night at 8 p.m. So perhaps we'll do a formal supporter live
Yes.
in
Okay.
Awesome.
April and see how many former supporters we can get of all the scammers we've covered. And that would be amazing.
Yep.
Let me write that down before I forget I even said it. April.
And I'm sorry if I didn't answer any of your all's questions. The chat's going so fast. I was talking to digital and I wasn't really paying attention.
Don't worry, they are accustomed. Because I do the same thing. When I get to ranting, I don't see half of what's coming. But the mods are usually good about pinning it, except when you're in the boxes, they can't pin, which is so stupid. Okay,
Yeah, it's
I
the
will let you guys know
multitasking. I can tell
today.
you're really good at that.
All right, ladies, thank you for coming. I will
Thank
drop you
you.
down so
Thank
I
you.
can
I
get
have
to
Thank
a
my
beautiful
you.
day.
ranting.
Bye.
Thank you. Everybody have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend.
You too, Mary.
Okay. Yes. Wasn't that interesting? You gotta love it when it works. I swear you gotta love it when it works. Okay. Let's go back to the grid real quick because we didn't get to nearly half the people on the grid. So wait, let's just talk through. Portia is back crying and begging because she wants a car now because she promises this time as soon as she gets a car, she's gonna get a job. I'll wait and see. I'll wait and see. Cake was whining because she lost her accounts for a couple of days and she is still using her leg as a way to prove that she needs money. Now, did y'all see who was standing behind her the other day? Was it a rackhead or a 304? I couldn't tell. But the fact that there are God fearing people in her chat watching all of her nonsense and co signing it is insane to me. Because I promise you, most of them would never be caught dead doing what she's doing. So why are y'all continuing to support her? The moment she couldn't go live, the story was that she had been outside for days and she was cold and tired and really needed a room. But if your clothes didn't get put out, then neither did you. Carla, I can save for any day because she's just back to being here. Let's talk about Josh and Ida real quick. We might go over by just a little bit because I know they're scammers to watch. I didn't even pull up. Let's see. What you guys may not know, and I don't know if you can see it here. Oh, if you just look at the very bottom, it says help us travel the world. They have a GoFundMe and they're asking for $100,000. 100,000. So they can go on a vacation around the world. On what planet have you done anything to deserve that? They want $100,000. And they put up a GoFundMe to go on vacation. I think somebody wants a house. I don't see you putting up a GoFundMe if it's an April Fool's joke. They may try to say that now, but you don't go through creating a GoFundMe for that. They have been begging for years. And because they can't now lie and say the heat is off, the internet is off, the electricity is off, we don't have a car, we can't do this, we can't do that, we don't have the money for food. They had to come up with some new reason. Let's go on. Oh, Aaron is back. And if he hasn't started begging yet, he's going to. Because remember, he got to where he was going. He had a place to stay and a job. And it was basically a middle finger to us. Like, see, I told you. Okay, Aaron, do your thing. He wasn't there a month. And there were already problems. But he is now trying to say that even though he used his food stamp card to put food in the house, he was only able to eat while they allowed him. My question is this. Why did you have all of these photos of the food in your house? These are all on his page. He has the same lawyer as Johnny Depp. Under what? Helping the poor? The pro bono work they do? Be serious. But they didn't let you eat. Okay, Aaron. Aaron, you act like you're big and bad in the lives with us. You act like you're big and bad in the lives with us. His name isn't Homeless Matters anymore. I can't remember. But Am I So Horrible 31 is his act. His at is M_I_so_horrible31. Hello. And the final person I definitely want to get to. Oh, wait. Do I want to do her? Oops. Dang. Hold on. You can tell when I duplicate other photos because the name is wrong. I don't even have the at. But if you type in Luna Delight, you'll get her. Now, somebody here recommended her to me, and I thought, okay, let me give her a look. She seemed to be communicating with the chat. So I asked her a question, and I was like, so the plan is to get money from TikTok to pay for your hotel room? And she was like, yes. I said, okay. And my follow-up question, and this is when I didn't know anything about her. My follow-up question was, do you have any concrete plan if and when the money on TikTok runs out. And you know, I've been saying that in this economy, if it continues to get squeezed, even people with disposable income aren't going to have disposable income. And she said no. Huge red flag for me. And then people told her, wait a minute, what about Maggie? Maggie treated me like shit last night for trying to warn her against something that I thought was inappropriate and dangerous. And she laughed at me, muted me, and made jokes about it. So what would Maggie want now? But for what? She thought last night was funny. Her and her mod mocked me. And we all know how I feel about Maggie, but if I think somebody is doing something wrong, regardless, I'm going to let you know. But if I'm a joke in your life, then I'm a joke in mine. Anyway, let her listen. So, people told her I was a T-page, which I rejected. I'm not a T-page. And I said, I don't talk about they were like, she's going to talk about you. I was like, I don't talk about everybody I see. I was like, but would you rather me have a conversation with her? Or just cover her and let people tell me? Like, they want to be able to say that they prove that they're not like everybody else. But when you offer to have a conversation with them so they can tell you why they're different, they don't. So she blocked me. I don't know if I went in and I told her that blocking me was pointless, but it is. And of course, her page is very illuminated. So this is what I know about Luna. Luna worked at a spicy club because she used to come home and show everybody the money she made every night. Luna used to look completely different because she used to have really long brown hair. Really long. Not really long, but in comparison to herself now. Luna had a studio apartment that she was paying for. Now, she's in LA, so it's expensive as hell. And Luna was making her living. Not only did this club have the normal poles and chairs and things, but they had rooms in the back. And apparently, a lot goes on back there. But her problem is that the club takes between 40 and 60% of what you make in that back room. Which I agree is unfair because you're doing all the work. They just providing the room. But when you sign up and you do it, you know what it is. So she's been upset about that. Now she will tell you things like she was fired from her old job because you can't get your hair cut and you can't gain weight. Which as soon as she said that, I knew where she worked. Or at least the industry. Her original story was that she was let go because she did something other girls in the club do. It was either New Year's Eve or the day before New Year's Eve. She walked out at the same time a client did. And in that business, they know that that's a no-no. Because what you're doing is you're going to make money privately. And you're cutting out the club. Now, according to her, other girls did it all the time. But when she did it, it was a problem and she was let go. So this whole thing now about it being about her cutting her hair and gaining weight or whatever, no. That's not the story you told everybody. She even has a story time on her page. Go back to December or early January. Correct. Yes, she did. She used to come home and show the money. Now, at some point, good morning. At some point, she decided that she wanted to change her life and get out of that business. So she gave up her apartment, planned to move with her parents so that she could go to school and get a trade so she wouldn't have to do this anymore. Sounds right. Sounds like a good idea. Thankful that her parents would even let her come back. But when she got there, they probably had rules or principles they wanted her to live by or whatever the case may be. And she told them that she's not the same girl she was when she left 6 years ago. She was not going to abide by whatever they were placing her under, and she left. That sounds like homelessness by choice. Because she had already given back her keys for her studio apartment. So whenever you go live with somebody, especially when you aren't paying bills, guess what? You got to live by their rules. Maybe of not coming in after midnight. Or if they could have had a rule like you can't dance. Whatever the case may be. Now, the thing on her arm where she told you this what is it? Costco, whatever it is in her hand that broke, and she does her little exercise with her fingers. She did that to herself as well. She self-admits that she slammed her arms into a mirror and it had a sharp edge, according to her, and she broke her hand. Again, she even said it was because she couldn't control her emotions. Whose fault is that? You are old enough now to know how to take care of yourself, and yet you still expect other people to do it because of the way you want to do it. You want money this way, so nobody can give you any restrictions whatsoever. Let me see if I have pictures of her from before. Oh, I do. I do. Let's see. This is her after a woman gave her a rose on the street. A beautiful woman, she said. Let's see. Let's go back further. She don't even look like the same person, does she? I believe that this name that she's using now is the spicy name she was using publicly. That's her showing you the shoes she uses. Let me give you another picture of that. This is the bag she uses to go back and forth. And obviously, if she's still working there, her hair is cut. So how is it that you're not allowed to cut your hair? But those are the most comfortable shoes she has. That's her. That's her. And again, that's her. This new plain face looking, that was never her. This was never her. She is stunning. But I want to ask you this. When she was working, I want you to pay attention to this. Look at her eyebrows. Now want you to look at that. Eyebrows done. But you don't have any money for your hotel room that you need to dry beg for it. Look at them eyebrows. Oops, wrong picture. Dang it. Oh, I actually have her at and everything, so people can go look themselves. And I appreciate everybody who sent her. Whatever they say on TikTok, don't just look at what they say now. Take a little gander down their page. So she decided, I'm doing this so you guys can take a screenshot or write down her name so you can go watch her yourself. See, by being unwilling to have a conversation with me and blocking me doesn't make me go away. It makes me dig a little harder. When somebody asked her, could she file for unemployment, she said no because she didn't think she qualified. Well, you can always, as a 1099, pay into the services. We just heard what was her name, Miss Debbie say earlier. I have seen take glimpse. I've talked about it. So now she's in a hotel. She claims that her arm is so broken she can't work anywhere. She has a couple more weeks, then she'll be in a splint. She has been dragging this arm thing out for a very long time. She wants to battle. She literally is like, who's in here that wants to battle? Over and over and over again. I don't know how to battle random people. You want to battle because you want those gifts so you get that payout every Wednesday. And I believe they think that because they get the payout on Wednesday, they earned it. It's different than sending it directly to their payment app. So if you've earned it, then you can go get your nails done and get your eyebrows done and get your hair cut and colored. That's your money. That's how they see it. That's your money. I know Bubby Smith. I talked about him when he was selling newspapers. Exactly, Peter. Absolutely nothing. So now you are here. And now, instead of talking to me, there are 274 people who are seeing your name and your act. Welcome your new friends in, and maybe you'll talk to them. But not talking to me only created one outcome. It was me going to research. And now we know. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't talk about one last person. Where is he? Colton, you and your grandmother have a good time. You had her post your words, and at one point it said from a source. Wait, let me see if I can find that. In the post Dawn posted, he said he's leaving TikTok. But here he was live at 3 o'clock. He was leaving TikTok because of the harassment and everything. And then at one point it said a source said such and such. Who's the source? You and ChatGPT? Yes, I covered Sheena already. But then as he was telling his story about, I suggest everybody go watch this documentary he's putting together, because while in one breath he says it's not about him, and the very next breath it says it's about him. And I'm not suggesting that we believe everything he says, but it is an insight into who he is. And when grandma was saying it's about you, he was like, grandma, but it's not. When you get to episode 6, you'll realize that it's not about me at all. However, the character, husband cheated on him and left him, which is your story. And then he does a part about his mother. Now, this is the part that got me. So his mother, he supposedly found out how she died. How she unalived, which looks to be self-inflicted. And Dawn, asking the right question, said, how do you know? Because according to him, he was the only person who knew. His adoptive mother didn't know, his family didn't know, just him. And he said that he got the paperwork from Vital, VITL, in some country, he's from Greece. So he used a specific city and state in Greece, but of course, nothing we've ever heard of. And he said it's so freaking fast, I'm sure somebody recording can get the name in place. And he said Vital gave him the records. How much you want to bet that's not true? But if it is, Colton, post it. Post exactly where you got it and what it said. Because I don't believe anything you say. I don't believe anything you say, and I don't believe half of what I see. Now you got a microwave in there? Who paid for that? Who paid for a microwave? And he's like, now I can eat. And there were literally people in this chat talking about, oh my God, I'm so hungry. That looks so good. A microwave meal? Now, don't get me wrong. I've had plenty in my life. But why are you bigging him up? Because he didn't pay for it. Somebody else did. So he can use all of these talents, but can't get a job with any of them? He has all these connections, but can't get a job with them? So, Miss Dawn, I tried to protect you, but since your relationship with the Lord is so great that the Lord is telling you to do this, follow your Lord. Mine has other options, but you follow yours until you don't have anything left to give him. And all you have is encouragement, and then he drops you like a hot potato. Keep on. At some point, what you can no longer do for him will be your end with Colton. At one point, she tried to suggest that he was like Jesus. Never. Please don't offend my Lord and Savior that way. Not even close. Thank you guys for coming and seeing me on this beautiful Friday. I know I threatened not to come, but I'm here. And I hope you guys enjoyed the live today. And you learned a little bit. Because when I talk about somebody, when they make it on this grid, it's not harassment and bullying. It's not because I haven't done any investigation whatsoever. You have to meet my threshold. And it's not everybody's threshold. It's not because somebody sends me somewhere that they end up on the grid. People ask me about people all the time. I don't cover everybody for my own personal reasons. But when you make it here, it's because my spidey senses say you need to be here. And I back it up with either what you said or what I could see. Please be careful out there. Even with people on here who say they're your friends. Get a fake number and share that with people. Even your friends. Because the last thing you want is for people who suddenly don't like you for whatever reason and then using it to dox you. Be careful. You know, as I always say, please hug your loved ones because tomorrow isn't promised. If you have an issue with somebody, please go straighten it out before somebody departs because there's no getting over that. And please do some self-care, whether it's 1 minute. My self-care this weekend is going to be watching UConn, hopefully. If not, I'll be on here crying on Monday. Now, Monday, I may come Monday. I'm not sure. But the streets have been so hot. I don't see how I cannot come. But I may be at 10 o'clock and not at 10 o'clock. At 7 o'clock, not 6:30. But I will let you know when I do the calendar. In the meantime, I want you guys to have a wonderful weekend. If you need to take a break from TikTok and these particular streets, please do so. Sometimes I go to Instagram just to watch funny stuff, to get away from it. Do whatever you need to for your own mental health, because this is a lot every day. I don't have any specific song for today, so we're going to leave out with Spicy Digital. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. And if I don't see you on the streets, I will absolutely see you either Sunday night or Monday morning. Please have a good one. YouTube is a great escape. Oh, sorry. I was saving that shot for another day. So on that note, we'll leave off with Spicy Digital. Everybody have a great one. I know that was a jump scare. Sorry.
Yeah, Spicy Digital, baby. Digital Deceiver Shadows live in the mix. White socks. We don't chase clout, we chase truth. Now let's go.